What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe as you tune into the channel, check out the content. And with that being said, man, I want to talk about what I think is not the evolution of NBA basketball, but like the cycle, right? For a while, like this player empowerment era that we have had during the LeBron James era, I think is on its way out. And also you had with there's the old style of playing basketball, in my opinion, is coming back. So, and you have guys like who I have up on the screen, like Ja Morant, LaMelo Ball, and Trey Young, right? Those guys, those kind of guys are going to, in my opinion, they're losing value because teams are coming to find out that you can't win with the style of basketball that these guys play. The shoot first mentality, especially as a guard. You got these guys and they shoot first mentality is not going to work because it's not efficient. Like old school basketball used to be about working the ball down into the paint and getting the big men the ball so they can get a high percentage shot. Now you have these guys right here, trying to number one shoot threes, and then if you come out to defend the three, then they'll blow past you, right? But these guys get hurt, number one, and number two, they don't get their teammates involved in the game as much as they should, and that's not conducive for winning. People criticize and downplay like the style of basketball back in the day, like the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, up into even into the 2000s when Kobe played. They played team ball and you had a primary score on your team. Every team had that, but at least you also had somebody to distribute the ball and get everybody involved. When you look at the Spurs, right, they had Tony Parker. Tony Parker could score, but his Tony Parker job was to get a high percent, run that offense, get a high percentage shot. If that's Tim Duncan, if that's Manu Ginobili, then that's what it is. If the offense break down, then they need Tony Parker to create, then he could do that. And I think teams realize that, and they're going to get back to that because you look at the way OKC play. OKC, the guy Shea, he can create his own shot, right? But for the most part, he's trying to get his teammates involved in the game because when you get your teammates involved in the game, then you get a better performance out of them. Nobody's like standing around watching. You wear the defense down, and it's better team ball. If he needs to create, he can create. I don't know how tall he is, but he has a really good mid-range game, right? So when you think about these three guys, like I said, that I have on the screen, take for instance like Ja Morant. Like Ja Morant, it seems like he's always playing for the highlight. He want to blow by you and get that spectacular dunk or some type of spectacular spinning move going to the basket. That looked good, but it's not. It hasn't translated into wins. And then, like I said, he gets hurt. His teammates are not as involved as they should be. It's all about him. That's not winning basketball. So I can see why the team wants to play a different style. Why Ja Morant is bumping heads with the new coach because that's not winning basketball. Now take LaMelo Ball, right? Same thing for him. He want to play hero ball. He has a this step back three-pointer shot that he shoots, is not a high percentage shot. You create long rebounds. So if the shot don't go, then the opposite team more likely is going to get it and be able to start their fast break while your man is under the basket waiting for a rebound, but the ball is going to bounce back beyond him and now they have the advantage and the numbers going the opposite way, right? That's not winning basketball. LaMelo Ball also stays hurt. Um, then on top of that, the best they can do since LaMelo Ball was there was make in 10th place. I think So and they haven't made the playoffs since LaMelo Ball has been there. Playing, and they had some really good pieces down there. LaMelo Ball has not been able to um, take that leadership role and get those young guys involved in the game. So they got some good pieces on the Charlotte team, but LaMelo Ball don't know how to play with those guys. It's all about, him uh freelancing and stuff like that. And that's not winning, that's just not winning basketball, especially when you got ratings going down. You have people not attending the games and stuff like that. So he's not must see TV. He just out there basically, in my opinion, just playing street ball. And so teams are going to move away from that because they have to. Nobody's paying to see it. You're paying these guys a lot of money, and then on top of that, they're not winning. It's not conducive for winning basketball. And then so now you look at Trey Young, right? Now I think Trey Young, out of these three guys, I think Trey Young is the probably better because he has worked on assists, right? His assists has gone up. I forgot who the coach is in Atlanta, but his coach asked him to work on getting his assists up, and to his credit, he has done that. But Trey Young still is, because of his size, I think he's limited. You know, uh, he can create, his own shot, but it takes a lot. He's not as efficient. He's not as efficient as, say, somebody like a Tyrese Halliburton or Shea Gilgis Alexander. Like, Shea is not going to have to dribble the ball 12 and 13 times to get to a spot and shoot the ball. Um, he shoots, but these guys got to work like that. Trey Young got to work like that to get his shot off because he's small, and so he got to create a lot of space by really, breaking somebody down one on one. And sometimes you don't have that time. If he wait till late into the shot clock and then need to create, he don't have a go to shot. He gotta create a move and get past somebody, to shoot. And most of the time, he's gonna shoot a three, hoping to get bailed out with a three-pointer that may go or may not go, So they're gonna move away from these smaller guards because they are limited, and basically they street ballers. They're not getting their teammates, in my opinion, they're just not getting their teammates involved in the game. And so when you look at like some of the top guards in the game, you got Shea Gilgis Alexander, right? Like I said with Shea, he gonna run the offense. And then when the offense break down, he know he can get his shot. That mid-range shot is is like money in the bank. That's his shot. That's he's gonna do that. Then you got Luka Doncic, right? Luka can create his own shot. Now Luka is ball dominant, but when the clock is running down, Luka can create his own shot and get it off. I don't know what Luka's like, 6'8", 6'9", something like that. So he can get his own shot. Cade Cunningham. I like Cade Cunningham because Cade Cunningham is a big guard, again, who can create his own shot. Now, Cade Cunningham is right now, he is a high volume shooter. Cade Cunningham needs to learn how to be more efficient and develop a mid-range game or a go-to shot, either with his back to the basket or, like I said, a mid-range. He need to be more efficient. But I think that'll come with like experience. That's because I see Cade Cunningham getting better every time, every season. I've seen him get better every season since he came to the league. Then you got Tyrese Tyrese Maxey is another guy who will run the offense, but late in the clock, if you need him to create a shot, he can do that. And that he is different from these three guys up here, man. And so, yeah, man, you definitely, these guys right here, these street baller guys, they phasing out. But out of the three, if I had to choose one of these guys to be on my team, I would take Trey Young. Because Trey Young will run the offense, and he knows how to get his teammates involved. So I would take Trey Young before I took any of these other two guys, man, because they're not really playing basketball. In my opinion, they just basically playing street ball. And this street ball era of the NBA is going to be phased out because I can see if fans was paying to see these guys. I can see if ticket sales was up, and I can see if viewership was up, but it's not. It's down. The people saying we don't. This is boring. You might get one spectacular dunk or one step back three from these guys. But it's not worth it. It's definitely not worth it. It's not winning basketball. So that's my take on it. Y'all make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Also, don't forget to leave a comment, and I'll check you all out in the next video. Peace.